Good morning and welcome back to Fallout 4. I'm joined by the lovely Nick Valentine. As you can see, we've just made our way down onto the bridge. Last time round we were up on the rooftop just under the canopy up there. After taking out that raider encampment, using the gondola to travel between the buildings was pretty cool. Great view. But the mission that we are currently undertaking is to go and rescue Imogen CABOT, and it's pointing us over to the amphitheatre over here, just across the water. So we just need to travel around the coast, I think, and should be pretty straightforward. I'm just keeping an eye on Nick. When I loaded the game today, he was sat on the floor basically and wouldn't walk around. Had to fast travel to Sanctuary and then back here again in order to kind of reset his path in. So I'm a little bit unsure as to why that happened, but you know, Fallout can be a bit glitchy. I mean, look, he's stuck over there again. Okay. Yeah. Come on, Nick. I don't know what he's doing. He's making his way here. He'll get here eventually. Okay.
A lot of people out here could use a hand.
Yeah, well, we'll sort them out, Nick, don't you worry. Right, I'm going to head in the back way. I vaguely remember this.
Goodness, can barely see in here.
I vaguely remember this storyline. So I'm not going to mess about. I'm just going to go straight in here and we'll unlock this door and get Imogen out. And probably bypass the whole cult conversation, to be honest. Let's put the gun away.
Tidy joint.
Jack sent you.
Ah, nice. She spoke to me. That's right.
That's right. I'm here to rescue you.
What makes you think I need to be rescued?
Fair point.
What, did you ask to be locked in here?
No, of course not. I could have left whenever I chose. I was just waiting to see if Thomas would come to his senses. He actually thought he could force me to join his absurd cult.
Okay.
Need anything before we go?
No, I didn't bring anything worth taking with me. Oh, I'm not going with you. You can tell Mother I'll be along home before too long. I just need a drink first.
Well, there's some Gwinnett Stout over here if you want. No? Okay. I'm just going to loot a little bit. Don't be grumpy with me, Nick. He's a bit grumpy today. What have we got here? We've got a flip light.
So long as you're carrying it.
Actually, he doesn't seem too bothered, does he? Right, let's get a weapon out. Let's crouch and we'll go and have a little peek in the amphitheatre. I'm not going to engage them if I can help it. She's just wandering by. This isn't creepy at all, is it, really? They tend to...
I hope you decide to become one of the pillars
I'm sure
of the
we
community.
want to see whatever kind of performances go on here now.
Well, this is all very strange.
Here to learn about our movement?
No. Okay, they're sitting over there. Let's have a little look what they've got. Anybody see me? Ooh. Ooh, let's have some of this. Capstash. Nice. Okay, Bobby pin box. Very cool. Mini nuke. Don't want you having those, do we? Oh gosh. Somebody could have actually seen me do that then. That wouldn't have gone well, would it? Should we have a wander around here as well? We got here some beer. Is that actual beer or just beer bottles? Beer bottles, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm done. Wonder if we can get out without talking to any of them.
Welcome, neighbor.
No, please don't talk to me. I don't like cults.
You ever feel like this whole world is broken?
I'm not listening.
You ever wonder why
La la la. Ooh, we got away without getting initiated there. Okay, I think we should probably just fast travel now, straight back to Cabot House. Is it very far? Is it somewhere we could just run to? It is quite near. Should we just go for the journey along the river, maybe? That might not be a bad thing. Let's cross over the bridge here. Might make for a little bit more of an interesting trip at least. Oh, good grief, you're freaky. Well, I wasn't very happy about that. I don't know where Nick is again. I'm a little bit concerned he's going to get stuck, but I'm sure he'll find his way. This is quite cool. It's such a shame Fallout 76 wasn't what everybody was hoping. So I would be playing the hell out of that right now. Anyway. So yeah, I need to go a different way. Need to be... Oh, there you are. You snuck up on me. Need to be down here. Think this is right this way? Let's see if I've got that correct. Yeah, we should just follow this around the coast now. And should be sorted. Nice. Yeah. Do we want to go down the street or past the raider shack that we've already taken out? Let's go this way. Along the riverfront maybe. Yeah, we shouldn't get ourselves into too much trouble here. Let's see if I'm still on track. Not bad. Okay. Oh! Gosh. 3 of them. An alpha vicious mongrel. They're coming. Here they come. Don't bite me. Don't bite me, doggy. Whoa! Watch out. Get off, Nick. You got it? You sorted? Or is it run off?
Lights out for you.
Oh, poor Nick. Legendary feral mongrel. Wow, okay. That was not a very nice band of animals to run into, was it? Okay. Now this looks like another raider camp, doesn't it?
Easy to forget how perilous it can be out here at night.
That's pretty gross. Look at that. Why would you? Okay, we need to find Cabot House. I love this little car. Look at this. It moved then as well. And it kind of nudged it a little bit there. I don't think he knows his own strength. We should be fine round here. That robot that guards the house. Oh. Generally takes care of most of the enemies in the area, but that's quite formidable walking around the corner and seeing that, I have to say. Ooh, let's get inside, shall we? Weapons away and into Cabot House. Ooh.
This is maddening. Edward, switch over to the Hartley modulator. Do you copy?
See now.
This place is more a museum than home.
Oh, that's done it. Edward, what's going on there?
We're under attack. They're inside the building.
Uh-oh.
Inside? Can you keep them out of the basement?
I'm trying, Jack. I've never seen raiders that...
Whoa.
For God's sake, Sammy, the doorway, right there.
This
Sorry.
doesn't sound
Things are
good.
a little busy around here right right now.
Listen, if they're inside the building, you have to go to the office and shut down the elevator. You can't risk them getting to Lorenzo.
Got it. Office. Elevator. You better round up whoever you can and get...
Hello? Edward? Come in.
Well,
Edward!
that doesn't sound good, does it?
No signal at all. I've lost him.
What's happening, Jack? If these people are inside Parsons, if they free him...
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I always knew it would end this way. I never should have allowed you to lock up Lorenzo in that place.
That isn't helping, Mother. And
Tuh.
as I recall, using the serum was your idea, not mine.
So what are you going to do?
Oh,
I said
Nick.
I'll handle it. I'm thinking.
Hello.
What's going on?
That was Edward. He's at Parsons, the old asylum. They're under attack by raiders. It's strange. The guards have held off raiders before without any trouble. I don't know what's gone wrong this time.
Okay. I found Emma
I
Jean.
found Imogene. She's fine.
Oh, yes, good.
Thank God. At least one small comfort on this terrible day.
You'll be wanting to be paid, of course. Edward usually handles these things. Caps is what you use for currency, isn't that right? Here. I hope that's the right amount. Now, we really
Nice.
need to focus on the current emergency.
How can you be so callous about your sister's safety?
I wonder if these could be the same raiders that stole that last shipment. If some of them had used the undiluted serum, it could explain their unusual success against Edward's men.
Wow. This doesn't sound good. I'm gonna... Yeah.
I'm getting used to not knowing what's going on.
I'm sorry if you feel that I've been keeping you in the dark. The serum that the raiders stole confers a host of benefits. The main one being to halt aging. My family and I are all over 400 years old. But it also confers other side effects, especially in the undiluted form that the raiders stole.
Right. 400...
If you're 400 years old, then you were born before the Great War.
Yes, I think you were too. I'd say mid-21st century?
Yeah.
That's right. I was in cryosleep until recently.
Interesting. We'll have to talk more about that later, but time presses. Is there anything else before we get going?
Where do you get this serum from?
My father, Lorenzo CABOT, is confined in Parsons. He became dangerously unstable after handling an artifact he found on an archaeological dig in Arabia. He gained various seemingly paranormal powers, as well as becoming increasingly irrational and violent. In the end, I had no choice but to confine him, for his own safety, as well as ours.
Jack, are you sure it's wise telling her all this?
In the course of my attempts to cure him, I discovered that the artifact had introduced anomalies into his blood. So the source of his insanity is also the basis of the treatments that have prolonged all our lives.
Well.
The irony isn't lost on me, but if he were to escape from Parsons, I would lose my father forever. I will not allow that to happen. Not to mention that the artifact has made him paranoid, homicidally violent, and endowed with extraordinary abilities.
Oh, okay. Abilities?
Exactly what abilities does he have?
Enhanced strength, unusual resistance to most kinds of physical damage. Oh, and a kind of local telekinesis, which appears to be projected by the artifact itself. That's why I've built a dampening field into his cell. Which is why we really need to stop these intruders before they turn it off. Before we go, I need you to understand something. When we get to Parsons, you need to do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that clear?
Got it.
Got it.
Good. Make sure you have whatever you'll need for a serious battle. I'll wait for you outside.
Jack, be careful. And try not to hurt him.
I love Father at least as much as you do. But you know as well as I do that if he gets free, there will only be one option.
Don't let it come to that, please.
I'll do my best, Mother. And if Imogene finally comes home, for God's sake, don't let her leave again until I get back. Now, I really do have to go.
Right, okay. Let's do a little bit of looting, shall we? Oh, bathroom. Bobby pins. Everything seems available to us now, so let's make the most. Bureau door. Wonder if we can take the robot with us. That would be fun. I wouldn't mind having its help in a fight. Let's open all the doors and just make sure that we've kind of covered all the areas. So we've got something down here. I don't know where Nick is again. Creepy basement is creepy. Okay, got a cupboard. No, this looks like a room. Somebody's room. Okay. Right, let's get into this safe if we can. Nice.
Nice.
Okay. This is definitely where I
Want it open, they should have bought a better lock, huh?
They should, yes, exactly, Nick. I think that's where I've gotten used to saying nice all the time from this game. Right, okay, let's grab just what we need. I don't want to carry anything else. Hi! You found me then. Okay, we've got some sort of kitchen. What's through here? Kind of storeroom. Ooh, purified water. I'll have all of that, thank you very much. Not really bothered about anything else. There's a lot of food. Instamash. What's that? Vodka.
I guess this place seems secure.
Okay. Right, let's whiz through this. We don't want to be here too long. Don't think there are any sort of secret items in this place, but we'll have a bit of a look through. There was his office upstairs, if I remember, that I wanted to get into, and then we'll just check again downstairs, see if there's anything more out back or anything. Right, landing. Undamaged camera. Right, this was his office. Ooh. Oh, look at all these buttons. I want to press buttons. Beep boop. Nick? Are you somewhere around? What's this? Zeta gun. Okay, we'll take that. Looks pretty cool. Oh, we need Nick. Come and unlock the terminal. I don't know. I'm not really sure where he is right now. Let's have a look around the rest of the place first, though. Maybe he'll turn up shortly. This is all his artifacts and whatnot. Back on that balcony. Nice bookshelves. Shouldn't leave a lit cigar in the house if you're not going to be near it. Could burn the place down, you fool. Oh, ladies in here. Feather duster. Anything I can steal from under your nose? Hello.
What do you want?
I'm just looking. Bobby pins in right away. This is so nice seeing everything so clean.
Seems like an awful advanced setup for a civilian, don't you think?
I do. I think it's weird, Nick. Are you down in there? Come and unlock this terminal for
We'll
me
make
if you
something out of the Commonwealth yet.
wouldn't mind, please, Nick. That would be lovely. Right, could you?
Think you can unlock that terminal?
Count on it.
Thank you.
This is some serious security.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice, okay.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs.
Yeah, okay, we'll come back to that, Nick. Right, oh my gosh, there's a lot here to read. We'll whiz through this as quickly as we can. CABOT with an O. I think I finally have this new terminal set up correctly. Let's see if this saves. Yes, I can already see that this is going to increase my productivity immensely. Never mind Mother's carping about newfangled contraptions. I see that I mistyped my name on the setup screen. I'll have to check the manual for how to fix that. Would get annoying to see that every time I log in. Okay, next one. Still learning how to work with this new computer. Searched the manual for an hour last night but couldn't find out how to reset my name on the login screen. Oh well, hardly worth worrying about right now. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. At some point I need to take the time to transcribe all my old paper notes into this system so that I can easily access them. But for now, let me summarise my progress so far in understanding Father's condition. So I have a baseline to refer back to here. All attempts to directly remove the artifact have been unsuccessful so far. Father's blood pressure dropped precipitously and detectable brain waves nearly flatlined each time. And that's where it finishes. Is there a next or an enter? There we go. The results were the same with total anesthesia, father unconscious, local anesthesia, father conscious, several types of antipsychotics to do, fill in exact list and dosage from my notes, varying dosages of LSD to do, fill in dosages from notes. This implies that disabling the artifact in some way will be necessary in order to remove it from Father. Question: is the psychotic effect permanent, i.e. will it survive removal of the artifact, or is the artifact actively and directly inducing it? Oh, I see, the psychotic effect, not his father. I've been very cautious with directly physically interacting with the artifact since the very early days. My initial attempts to probe or tinker with it were met with similar physical symptoms in Father to my attempts to remove it. I won't attempt it again until I have a much greater understanding of the artifact's inner workings. Active scanning of the artifact itself has proven useless. I currently consider this a dead end. X-rays so far have proven opaque to all of my scans. Obviously I'm limited to the amount of radiation I can risk subjecting Father to. Radio imaging, again the artifact is opaque at all wavelengths. Passive scanning has been more promising. This is an area I plan to devote much more time. The artifact radiates across the electromagnetic spectrum and at varying strengths and wavelengths. I have some basic telemetry already built into Father's cell and have been collecting data for the past 2 years. So far, it isn't much more than suggestive of further avenues of research, but I am quite confident that over time and with more sophisticated sensors, I'll be able to gain genuinely useful insight into the way the artifact is controlling Father. To do, get military contacts from Senator DeSoto. They are likely to have more advanced tech than I can get commercially. Consider making a deal for samples of serum if necessary. Right, the physical symptoms and changes that the artifact has induced in Father are as follows. These might be helpful. Extreme paranoia and psychotic tendencies. This was obvious from the first. Since no drug has proven effective in mitigating these symptoms, all evidence points to this being directly induced by the artifact. Agelessness. As yet unidentified modifications to his blood chemistry have prevented any further aging since he first encountered the artifact. In fact, he may be in better physical health than before. It seems likely that the artifact is actively monitoring and correcting any problems it finds with its host organism. Telekinesis, the most surprising ability. I tentatively believe that this is not actual telekinesis, but is something generated directly by mechanisms in the artifact itself, perhaps using manipulation of gravity waves beyond our current technology. Wow, there's a lot of this. Increased physical strength, perhaps a side effect of the artifact's monitoring and improving of its host. This caused some difficulty early on in Father's confinement, before I was fully aware of his abilities, but is now merely something to keep aware of. Okay, Father's blood chemistry shows various changes from human norms, as well as traces of currently unidentified substances. I've proven that at least some of the symptoms described above can be communicated to another person through use of blood transfusion. So far, though, pure trial and error oh, sorry, so far through pure trial and error, I've been able to produce a serum with several of the beneficial qualities and few side effects. But my actual understanding of what the serum is doing is so far very limited. I'll continue to pursue that as time allows, but it seems unlikely to be of much use in actually freeing Father from the artifact. X-rays of Father's brains show no physical intrusion of the artifact. His skull remains intact, and I can see no signs that it has even penetrated his flesh. At this point, I believe that the blood chemistry changes, etc., must be being induced by the artifact indirectly. It is instructing Father's cells on how to manufacture these substances. My most successful intervention to date has been the development of the Bremelin field. Detailed specs in files at Parsons. Earliest crude implementation, 1898, was simply a full spectrum dampening field tuned to the same frequencies given off by the artifact. It did interfere with the artifact's operation, but at great cost to Father's health. At the time, I had no choice. He would have been impossible to confine any other way. But refinement of the field has been a priority over the last decades. I've managed to reduce the negative physical effects on Father, while more directly blocking the artifact's telekinesis power. So far, my attempts to broaden the field's interference with other aspects of the artifact have been unsuccessful. They bring on similar physical symptoms to attempting to physically remove the artifact, but this remains the most promising avenue of my research. If I can discover how to interrupt this communication, I believe I will have the key to removing it, or at the very least in mitigating some of the other dangerous symptoms. My goodness, that was a long one. Which date was that? 68 was it? Right, okay, let's try the next one. Hopefully these aren't all this length. Mother and Imogen have left for another European tour, while I take care of the latest generational shift. Getting more difficult to make this work in our modern age. Luckily, money still talks. I'll have to find someone reliable to leave in charge at Parsons while I'm gone. Perhaps Anderson could be trusted not to meddle. 96. It's good to be back. John Cabot, long lost cousin of the Cabots, has returned to claim his inheritance after the freak accident that claimed the lives of Jack and his family. As usual, I have to be careful to respond when people address me as John. And this beard is going to take some getting used to. But such are the burdens of immortality. Anderson proved loyal and uninclined to poke his nose into anything, so that's another hurdle passed. I need to try to get as much done as I can while Mother is away. I find I'm much more productive than usual during these transitions. Okay, now we're up to 2023. I've been experimenting with some of the new transistors, and it looks possible to make a portable version of the Bremelin field generator. This would be very useful if we ever had to move Lorenzo to a different facility for any reason. A lot more work is necessary, of course, and testing it on Lorenzo is out of the question. I won't risk shutting down the main field, but replicating the current field frequency patterns should at least give us something that we could try in an emergency, even if I can't be 100% certain it will work. Wow. Right, I've just hired a new fellow to help with the family's affairs. Edward Deegan comes highly recommended. It's too easy for me to ignore the passage of time now, but I've just realised how old Daniel is getting. It will be time for him to retire in a few years, and it's past time to start grooming his replacement. This is always such a difficult process that I tend to put it off, especially as Mother can be so difficult with anyone new. If Edward proves reliable, I can start easing him into the family secrets. Tricky, but necessary. So far so good. Mother has taken to him, which is an essential first step. Oh, we're just over halfway through. Right, 2075. I've had Robco out again. It seems like a small thing, but this login screen glitch has been driving me crazy. I assumed that it would be fixed with the upgraded terminals. You can be sure I was careful to type my name incorrectly this time, but no, when I booted up the next time, there it was again. This time they completely wiped that entire system and reinstalled from their master holotapes. Unbelievably, the typo was still there. They've promised to have some of their sharpest engineers look into the problem, but I'm not sure they were being completely serious. If I don't hear from them within a couple of weeks, I'll make a few calls. Alright, okay. Apparently the political situation has become very dangerous. I don't pay much attention to current events, but Imogene's latest beau is a high muckety-muck in some government agency and has been telling her alarming stories about how close things have gotten to a full-scale nuclear war. I wonder if we are following in the footsteps of the ancients who created the artifact. If so, who might our successors be? Thousands of years from now, will a cockroach civilization eventually rise to wonder at the artifacts we left behind? 2077. It really happened. I don't think I've quite come to terms with what it means for the long run. It's been one crisis after another. We certainly aren't out of the woods yet, but the simple fact that I can write this again means we are better off than most people. I don't have time to write down everything that's happened. Fortunately, Boston was spared a direct hit. My first concern was Parsons, of course. We had to maintain power at all costs. We've always had backup generators, more than usual even for a medical facility. But these were intended for short-term outages, not as a permanent power supply. Then there was the question of security. Edward proved himself amazingly resourceful. He already had plans in place for just such an emergency. Thank God he paid more attention to the news than I did. Still, there's no real planning for the end of civilization. He and I have been at Parsons for almost a month, trying to keep things from completely falling apart. Edward has been out more than he should. I'm afraid he's taken a heavy dose of radiation. Poor Edward. But there really was no choice. I'll do what I can for him. I don't know how I could replace him now. Imogen has stepped up amazingly. I had no idea that she had it in her. The man we left in charge here proved unreliable. Apparently cracked under the pressure and tried to evict Imogen and Mother at gunpoint. He didn't reckon on Imogen, and neither did I. She took charge and somehow kept things secure here in spite of everything. I'll have to see what Edward can do about a more permanent solution for power and security for Cabot House. But for the moment things look much better than they might. I expect even our resources will be tested to the limit over the coming years. But in some ways I'm glad of the challenge. One thing's for sure, the end of the world isn't boring. I love this backstory. Right, 2080. I think I can finally say that things are looking up. Edward has recruited a more or less reliable security force to protect Parsons. The power situation is stabilised. Edward assures me we now have spare parts stockpiled to last at least 50 years. Moving between here and Parsons is still the biggest problem. There's no sign of any return of law and order. Just the opposite, in fact. But Edward has proven skilled at dealing with the various groups of thugs that have sprung up. Speaking of Edward, his radiation sickness has developed in a most fortunate way. For a time I thought he was surely going to die, but then his condition stabilised. He now seems actually immune to further radiation. Apparently this is not unknown in other survivors, although Edward tells me that a strong prejudice has developed against these people. Hard to understand as they seem uniquely qualified to survive in this new world. One benefit of the end of civilization that I hadn't anticipated: there's no need for us to have to die periodically. I can go back to being Jack Cabot again for this foreseeable future. No more neighbours to poke their noses into our business. Okay, final entry, I think. Unless there's another one after this, but let's see. I have lately immersed myself in Lorenzo's work like never before. I wish now I had made more effort, when it was still possible, to try to locate the site of so-called Uber. After my initial failed attempt to find the site, I dismissed it as both hopeless and useless. Better to focus my energy on the immediate problems. But now, after going over Lorenzo's papers more thoroughly, I believe there are enough clues to the general location that a large-scale search using aircraft might have been feasible. Something that wasn't possible in my first attempt, of course. Maybe I could have found some other artifacts that I could have studied more directly, even if they were for completely different purposes. It would be invaluable in understanding how the ancient technology functioned. I've also come to realise how brilliant Lorenzo actually was. I was far too quick to dismiss his theories. Ah, the arrogance of youth. I'm now convinced that his essential premise is correct. The artifact he found was not made by humans. All the evidence was there, but Lorenzo was the only one who put it all together and actually understood what it meant. A staggering thing to think of. If only he had been more capable of dealing with fools a bit more diplomatically, he might have gained more general acceptance of his theories and not been driven to such secrecy in his final expeditions. Right, okay. Do we have any more? No, I think that's it. Right. Okay, thanks for sticking with me if you did.
Or an eyesore.
Oof.
But they sure bring in the business.
Right, okay. Where else haven't we looked, Nick? I was upstairs last time. Let's do another quick sweep. What we've got in here. Ooh, creepy trunk. Lots and lots of ammo and good stuff. That's the landing. This is the mother's room. Don't want to disturb her too much. Have we been in there before? I can't quite remember now. I think it was that long ago. Right, what we've got in here. Bureau. Nothing on the shelves that I can see. Giddy Up Butterhead and a thing. And a magazine, a Massachusetts Surgical Journal.
There we go.
Permanently inflict plus 2% limb damage. We've collected an issue. Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. Oh, that's a nice little reward for this snooping around, isn't it? Right, this way. I think this is the last door. Yep, last room. Oh, not another terminal. Who keeps a telephone in a suitcase? Bobby pin. Nice clean beds, though. I need Nick. Nick, come.
Hey.
What's the plan?
Come here, please.
Over here.
Sure thing.
Thank you. And now come in here, please.
Move here.
Can do.
And then could you please
See
use
what
the
you can do.
terminal?
Good plan.
I'm so glad I've got Nick to do all this crap. Hurry up. I bet there's
Boys weren't
spiders.
fooling around.
Spiders on the ceiling.
Let me just try. Not that either.
Nuka-Cola. You go, Nick. You got this. Maybe you haven't.
I think this one's beyond me.
Oh, you kidding? No. We need to know what this says. I mean, we could have a go at it ourselves. I am rubbish at these, though. You never know. We might get lucky. One likeness. Can't be an E, can't be an I, can't be an A. Can't be an X or a P. I bet it's a D. No, not the D then. Damn it. What else? D, E, C, N. I never. No. Why is it just letting me? Yeah, lock out. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back to that at some point. Right. Is that all of the rooms upstairs we've been through? Yeah, I think we've been in there. That's that corridor. We'll just check downstairs. So we've been in here. We've been back there. And I think the basement's the lowest you can go. This is sort of just living quarters, isn't it? Bathroom. She's just sitting having a read. Okay. Just the end of the world. And we've been downstairs. Yeah, I think that's about everything. Right, let's head outside, back to Beacon Hill and see what's next.
Ready? Let's go. Just to be clear, under no circumstances can we allow Lorenzo to be freed from Parsons.
Right,
I lost my father
okay.
forever. I refuse to let that happen after spending so long trying to cure him.
Alright, are we seriously going to run all the way to Parsons? Nick, are you? Yeah, come on, Nick. I'd rather you be with me than this fella. He's running around in his lab coat. Doesn't look at all suspicious, does he? How far away is this blooming place?
It's the artifact that's made Lorenzo so dangerous. I'm sure his psychosis would be cured if it could be removed. But so far, all my attempts have failed.
Okay.
It's fused too tightly with his nervous system.
Alright. Hang on a second. Before you just stay there a second, fella. We need to go... Wow, are we seriously going to run all the way there? I mean, it might be fun to do. Let's see how far we get. Why are you... What... Why? That was weird. I bet that's completely confused Nick. I don't mind doing this. Oh, poor Nick. Well, Nick will find us, I'm sure. Oh.
I'm well aware of the apparent conflict of interest in my father being the source of the
That's a super mutant.
prolonging my own life.
That's
I
a super
assure you,
mutant.
if I had the chance,
No, it's Waster.
I'd gladly give it all up to have my father back, even for a short time.
You gotta be joking.
Come here. Yeah. Gosh, is that a dog? Get off. Sorry, dog. Where did he go? Oh, here he is. Right, good. I was gonna say. For some reason, I just don't remember having to run across the map for this
Come
before.
back. I was having fun.
No, you stay over there. We're busy. Yeah, I don't remember doing this before, but it's kind of fun, actually. Running all the way across the map like this. I think what I'll do, because we've done so much talking in this episode so far, is I'll put the timestamp of the beginning and end of that sort of section, and hopefully then people can kind of whiz through that, you know, skip through if they wish. And we'll end the episode once we arrive at Parsons. I'm kind of keen on doing this on foot just to see what kind of trouble we get into. I need to probably take something for health. We'll have some of that water that we had, that we picked up, I think. Just top us up a little bit. You still with me, Nick? There's one of the camps that we set up there with a little gun. Don't get too close to that place on the left, because you know those ghouls might have respawned by now. Wonder if we can make him run any faster. No, he seems pretty fixed in his gait. Come on. This is hilarious. I completely forgot this happened. We're gonna pick up this road soon, I think. Oh my god, we're gonna go past here. Well, you know, we're gonna come. No, don't get stuck on a truck. Come on, this way, fella. This way. Okay. All right, where are you going now? Okay, I'll follow you. Look at this water. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll discover some of these locations, I suppose, at least. I don't really want to initiate those battles yet. Maybe they won't trigger because we're running this way together as a group. There is some power armor there in front, which is kind of nice. Nothing in that troop carrier. I'm just going to stop in here just for a second. Transfer. Let's have your fusion core. I don't think I need any of that stuff, but I'm going to have the ammo. Oh, sounds like he's getting involved in some fighting. Let's have a look. Where are you? Oh, just a blood bug thing. Looks like he's got it all sorted, no problem. Right, we've got a vertibird. Watch out for crashing aircraft. Where's he gone now? He's run off that way. Good grief. You're going to drag me into all kinds of stuff, aren't you? Wow, look at that camp there. That is yeah, that's another Minuteman camp, isn't it? Are you lost? Hello? Continue. I've followed you this far. So we've got Saugus Ironworks in front. I think we should head down to the main road, really. But you're just going to run this way. Okay. Come on, let's see where you go. Pathing is not a strong point, is it, in this game? I don't want to leave him there, you know? Can we bump him? Where is he? Did he just disappear? He did, didn't he? God damn it. I was going to follow him all the way as well. Where did he show up on the map yet? Is that him there? He's there already. Meet Jack outside. Yeah, that's where he's gone. He's teleported. Right, let's run past this place. I just want to see if we can actually catch up with him, maybe. That would be quite funny if we could. Yeah, we haven't initiated Saugus yet. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we'll run ahead and see if we can catch him up. I don't know if it's possible. All these lovely locations we've yet to do. Oh. Are you fighting? I was going to say that's not Nick, is it? But no. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they do like their flame, don't they? Right, where do we need to go? I need to head down this road. So if we kind of... Let me make sure I'm heading in the right direction first. Oh! Yeah, I remember those guys too. Should we discover this place? The slog, yeah, okay. Well, at least we can always head back here if we need to. I need to get across the bridge. can I go this way? I need to get across this bit of water here. Is that a bit of a bridge just in front, or could we just run down here? You know what, it's not too deep, is it? Let's just run across the water. I'm pretty sure there's a death claw up here somewhere. I particularly have a very strong memory of shooting one from over there on the roof. Let's just look from here. So I need to be that direction. Yeah, okay. So this is the main road. Oh, we are in Deathclaw territory. I am convinced of it here. Well, I'm not sprinting because of action points. I just want to catch back up with him, and then we'll end the episode and we can pick up the storyline again. Alright, let's see. So there's Parsons. Right, lovely. He's already there.
The Commonwealth's not an easy place to travel alone.
No,
Nice to
it's...
have someone watching my back.
It's a nice journey to be on with you, Nick. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and oh my god, look what we've stumbled upon there. Wow, I made myself jump then. Let's just get down here. Oh, they're gonna come. They're gonna come, of course they are. Rad Scorpion. I actually don't think they can... Well, they couldn't pass to me initially. Jeez. Well, we have made it to Parsons. Of course, we've been here before. We could have fast travelled here, but I really wanted to see if we could do it. You know, the sort of standard way. But anyway. Are they all dead? He's standing around outside. I guess we should probably loot some of these bodies now. I don't want to trigger the...
Men seem to have given a good account of themselves, but not good enough, sadly.
I don't want to trigger the storyline.
Get to my office. From there, we can see how bad things really are.
Let's leave him there just for a second. Help Jack reach his office. Damn it. Okay, I'm just going to loot all these bodies and we'll end the episode, I think. Poor guys. Raiders. Somebody's paying these guys to come and do this, aren't they? Anybody else? Can't see anybody. Well, this one was a pretty interesting episode. I love finding out all the backstory. We've got a pretty major mission. Damn, I don't think I wanted that. We've got a pretty major mission to work through next time round. What did I pick up? Let's just have a quick look. Fat Man, Frag Mine. I think these are all favorited, so I don't think I picked up anything anyway. Yeah, we've worked through pretty good chunk of the backstory of the CABOTs. And yeah, a lot more to come. So this is where I am going to leave this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.